ESPN FC is presented by Xfinity. The Wi-Fi is booming. Heung-min Son is leaving Spurs. He has announced that he will be leaving, and here is what he had to say in his press conference on the subject.
Before we start the press conference, I just want to share the information that I decided to leave this club in this summer. Respectfully, it's a club and it's helping me to my decision. So I just want to share this information before we start the press conference. It was the most difficult decision I made in my football career. So I've been here 10 years in a beautiful club and beautiful fans, and having such amazing memories. And after that, leaving this club, I think it was just so hard to make that decision. But as I said, I just felt like I need a new environment to push myself and to get more of me. I think I just need a little bit of change. I mean, 10 years is a lot of time when we're thinking about it. So, and I came to North London as a kid, 23 years old, very young age. Young boy came to London who even didn't speak English. So, and leaving this club as a grown man is a very, very proud moment. So I just want to say thank you all of the Spurs fans that gave me so much love and felt like it was my home. So, but yeah, it was one of the toughest decisions I ever made.
Don Hutchison still with us. Let me start with you though, Stevie, on this news with Son leaving. He's done so on a high. We talk about players leaving when they're at the top of their game with the club that they've been at. He's delivered silverware there for them. What do you think of what he's had to say here?
I think it's great what he's done, coming out and telling everybody and letting everybody know. And, you know, if you had a choice as a football player, you go out having won a European trophy. I mean, he's lucky that he's had that decision to make, and his last game he ever played for Spurs, he's won a trophy. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. But the truth of the matter is, he's no different than the rest of us, and eventually, you know, your legs don't carry you around as quick as you used to. And there's no doubt the last season he struggled a little in that department. I think he's done the right thing. He's moving at the right time for him and for Spurs, and he's going to go to MLS, and he's going to be one of the best players on his team and in the league. And I think he's done the right thing. You know, if he stayed another year, I don't think he would play as much as he would hope. And in some ways, that would take away from the great things or the great 10 years he's had. So I think he's moving at the right time. He's going to be a star over here in MLS. And as you started with, if anybody got the choice that your last game would be a cup final and you won, you couldn't choose any better.
He leaves quite the legacy at Spurs, doesn't he, Don?
Do you know what? We've just spent about 15, 20 minutes talking about Wissa not training at Brentford and Isak not training at Newcastle. This guy is the perfect professional. Absolutely perfection. He wouldn't cost a manager a minute's problems, I would imagine, at any given time. He mentioned there he came to North London, couldn't speak English, so it would have been hard for him. He'd done his national service, I think, in and around COVID time as well. I think Jurgen Klopp got asked a question about which players did you miss out on that you could see playing for Liverpool, and he actually said Son. So when you look at what he's done over 300 games, being a perfect professional, being an ambassador, a role model for lots of young players, not just in the Premier League, for all around the world, I think he leaves as an absolute Tottenham legend. I think he's just perfection.
Son to LAFC, do you like it?
Yeah, I think so. I think LAFC is one of the more recognizable, if not one of the newer brands in MLS, but also one of the more recognizable brands in Major League Soccer. And I think he brings still a player with a lot of quality, a lot of experience, a lot of success. There is a large Korean population in LA as well, so it would address that as well. Not that LAFC is struggling with fans because they pack that stadium all the time. But it's just, it gives LAFC, a team that is always discussed as being one of the favorites in Major League Soccer to win MLS Cup, it gives them a different profile. It escalates and elevates the profile of this club, from being a contender to, hey, this is now at a level where we can talk Inter Miami, we can talk LAFC, we can talk Messi on one side, Son on the other side. We have our superstar and the player that we can build around. Having said that, they've tried to do that in the past. They've tried to do it with Gareth Bale, and you could say that didn't quite work out, although, as I've mentioned in the past in this show, he scored one of the most important goals in LAFC history to get that MLS Cup into a penalty kick shootout, which eventually they won. And they also tried with Olivier Giroud, and that did not work. So somewhere in between, I think, is Son. I still think that he probably has a good couple of years in him, and in doing that, that's where I think he elevates the profile of LAFC. As in terms, you asked Don the question of legacy there for Son. If you asked one manager specifically in the Premier League as to who they think was the most dangerous player against their team, and it may just be my observation bias, but I have to imagine Pep Guardiola says, thank the Lord this guy is going somewhere else. Because every time that Spurs was playing, seemingly the Spurs were playing against Manchester City, even when Manchester City were at their best, it was Son that in the counterattack was killing Manchester City. And that's the image that I have of Son in the Premier League. Him, time and time again, killing Manchester City and Pep Guardiola and always being a pain in the backside.
Yeah, there'll be a lot more talk about all the latest moves in the transfer window and players who are moving on over on our YouTube channel on ESPN FC.